Okay folks, so this video has been long requested and I've waited a long time to do this. I'm going to do an updated tour of my elevator parts collection. So I guess first off we'll start right here. I have on my doors a few things. Got this elevator car top warning sticker. Just got some random signs I printed out to be edgy. Elevator machine room sign, another edgy sign, and a Kone maintenance sign, which I taped on my door really badly. Alright, so let us start with the, I'll show my fire alarm collection quickly. It's not too big, it's just RSS and EST horn strobe, some wheel lock stuff, some ASs, pull stations, blah blah blah. It's very dark and scary. Some fire alarms there, and hey look, more fire alarms. Yeah, there's my fire alarm collection. Alright. Actually, yeah, that's if you want to get a better look. Oh, yeah, it's hard to see, but there's a mirror tone pull station in there, a Simplex 4051, and that's a wheel lock thing. I don't know. It makes noise and it's loud. And yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's a fire alarm back there that Justin gave me. So thank you, Justin. Also, before I start showing the main collection, I want to say thank you to the people who have helped me and donated to this collection. So thank you to Ronin. Ronin's given me some things. Thank you, Ronin. Thank you to Jason. Jason's been a huge help. He helped me wire up a lot of these parts you're going to see. A lot of them were wired up by him, so huge thank you to Jason. And he gave me a few parts as well. Huge thank you to Justin. Justin's given me stuff. Thank you to Andrew Reams. He's donated a few parts. Jared Chambers as well. Thank you, Jared. And yeah, and also, of course, all of the elevator techs who have given stuff. Big thank you to them as well. All right, so let's get into it. So first off, here, let's start over here. I have quite a bit on this shelf. Oh, and then here is a Schindler locked cabinet panel. I don't know. I snagged that from a mod. It was in the dumpster. I just figured I'd snag it. Well, it's fun. It's fun. So first off here, this was my first. This were my first ever elevator parts. I swear I cannot speak that I've ever gotten. This is a little Otis button, and Jason actually 3D printed this little plate for it. So thank you, Jason. It's from the Marriott in downtown Chicago. It's an Otis Micro Motion 3. And yeah, it's my first elevator button I ever got, so it's very sentimental to me. And then this, I also got along with the button. This is a car door switch. Sorry, I'm like trying to do this one-handedly. But yeah, it's Type G, it's GAL, also from the Marriott. And then that is what I call the jungle. It is a giant mess of wires and cables of all sorts and sizes. And then here's a bunch of random stop switches. These are two Otis ones. It's hard to see. Let me turn on a light, actually. This one came from the Hyatt Regency in Chicago, given to me by a very nice Schindler tech, so thank you to that guy. This one came from Mid-Continental Plaza, given to me by an Otis tech, thank you. Then here's an Adams stop switch and a Houghton stop switch. Here we have a roller. This, I don't know where this came from, but it was given to me by an Otis tech in New York. So, and it's pretty cool. It's like it's so satisfying to spin. Here we have a Westy door open button. This came off my Westy COP, which I will show in a moment. Ooh, Here we have a PI. It's a position indicator, and this came off of an elevator in New York as well. It's from eBay. It shipped from New York, so I assume it came from an elevator in New York. But yeah, pretty cool. And then there's a snow globe. It looks snazzy. Well, I'll go over that stuff. But first, this is a box that a Westinghouse lantern came in. It's not really an elevator part, but an elevator part came in it. That's pretty cool. I got a Westinghouse lantern, and the techs gave me it, and they gave me it in the box that it originally came in the 60s, so that's pretty cool. So yeah. And then here is a ThyssenKrupp Signa 4 lantern, which is pretty cool. Moving on. Oh, yeah, and then right here we have an Otis Series 1 label from Justin. We have a little Montgomery label, a Sedgwick label, and a Westinghouse label. Here we have a Dover button. I'm sure a lot of people have this button. This is the one that came from eBay. And it apparently came from a building in Kansas City, Missouri. Or not Kansas, Kansas. I cannot talk, good lord. And here we have the infamous giant nut that came off an elevator motor. And that is Ned. He's vibing. Here we have a little inspection switch. And here we have a big Dover logo. This came off a Dover elevator machine. Here we have a little squishy Otis fan from Justin. And there is Ed, who's also vibing. Here we have, here first we have a US elevator button. This was wired up, but I had to take the battery out for now because it was really weird. Like the contact switch is really broken, so it would like light up randomly, and I took the battery out because I didn't want to waste it. It's a US circle button, came from eBay, and Jason was so kind enough to restore this, and he even 3D printed this braille, so huge thank you to Jason for that. I literally got this today. This is a Westinghouse mushroom button. Call button. This is from the DeWitt Hotel in Chicago, given to me by Pepper Construction. Huge thank you to them. They gave me so much stuff. Down here we have a Otis lantern. This came out of a parking garage in San Francisco. Justin gave this to me. Huge thank you to Justin. And here we have this awesome old Otis lantern. It's got it's like the old era one. This is from Andrew Reams. Big thank you to Andrew Reams. And here we have an Adams lantern. Then over here we have a little Houghton call station. It's made by Coulter Hammer actually, but Houghton installed it, and it is from I believe it says on it. Let's see. It is from, if it'll focus, February of 1947. It even says the month. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a dumbwaiter call station. Here we have another dumbwaiter call station. This one's C.J. Anderson. And then here we have, this is interesting. It's Schindler, a bunch of like Schindler trivia cards. This was given to me by Schindler. So big thank you to Schindler for sending that. It's really cool. Here we have a GAL freight elevator call station. It's VR. That lights up when you push it, and when you push door open, it chimes. And when you push door close, nothing happens. As like in normal elevators, the door close button does not work. Ha! I'm so funny, aren't I? Yes. Over here we have a Series 1 lantern. This came from a building in Evanston. Here we have two Armor VR call stations. This one is slightly smaller, and it is green and red. And this one was given to me by Justin. It came out of the Doco garage in Sacramento, so thank you, Justin. Here we have an Adams call station. This is Adams Survivor, and it lights up. Very nice. Here we have, this is GAL. This is GAL Jet Plus, and I have two different buttons. I don't know why it actually came like that, but yeah. Here we have Otis Black button. This one came off a manual. This was the call station for a manual elevator. And then here we have Houghton L series. Over here we have an Innovation Security call station from Justin. This also came out of the Doco garage. It is pretty cool. Here we have an Otis Series 1 call station, sorry. The cool thing is, when you put a key into the car to lobby, it lights up. The priority service indicator lights up. And this was done, this whole call station, good lord, was wired up by Jason. So big thank you to Jason. And here we have a really weird armor call station. This is, I don't know why the hell it's like this. This was actually in a bank of 5 elevators, so I don't know why there's 2 call stations as opposed to like 5 or 1 or whatever. It's weird. And then there's an in-use light. Like, it makes no sense. This was in a bank of 5 elevators. And on every other floor, there was a normal call station, except for like on, I believe this was like on the 8th floor, it was like this. It's really weird. I don't know why it was like this, but it is. Here we have a little Adams COP. This came from eBay. And it lights up. And the stop switch. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then here, this is a Schindler COP. This is, I love this thing so. This is awesome. This came from, it's a building in Northbrook, Illinois. This was given to me by Schindler Techs because the elevator this was on got modded. It is, also in, of course it doesn't work. There we go. It's kind of funky, but yeah, I wired it up to a mad chime. But yeah, it's Schindler Houghton. And then when you flip the stop switch, those buttons light up. So yeah, this is really cool. I absolutely love this. Then over here, I have a Schindler Houghton indicator, and I will show what that does later. Here we have another button that I just received in the mail today. This is from Chris. Yeah, this is an old Armor button. This was from an old Hadfield elevator, he said. But this is, I absolutely love this. This is, it's really odd. It's like this, the rotodial, it has a rotodial, but like there's 2 different fonts of like numbers, groups of numbers. And I know this one, these were the ones that were actually used. They go up to 5, they go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, B. And then there's like this other group, 4, 3, 2, 1, G, B. And I don't know why that's there, but it's interesting. It's really interesting. And yeah, this is Armor. Over here, we have a Westinghouse mushroom button. This is also from the DeWitt Hotel. And look at this. This thing is huge. Look at this, the size of this thing is, and it's heavy too. But this, yeah, this is from the DeWitt Hotel. This is the 1950s Westinghouse mushroom button call station. And it's got the rotodials, which do work. Well, I have to get them to work, but I'm gonna wire these up later on, definitely. Here we have an old Otis lantern. This is from 1927. This came out of 2 North Riverside Plaza in Chicago. And this was given to me by some Otis techs. And the cool thing is, when you push this Adams button right here, it lights up. Yeah, and then obviously here we have Adams Designer. Here we have a Dover call station. This is Dover Traditional. Very nice. And then here we have Dover Black button. And then over here we have EPCO. This was given to me by Ronin. Big thank you to Ronin. And this is EPCO SSL-H, I believe. I could be wrong though. And I wired them up blue and they look so nice. I absolutely love these. And before we move on over there, I'm going to show these 3 things. Here we have a Dover lantern. This came from the building my dad works in. He managed to talk to some ThyssenKrupp techs who were modding the elevators there, and they gave him this. And that's really cool. This is also one of the first elevator parts I ever got. Then here I have an old Houghton indicator. This came from eBay. This came apparently from the Pennsylvania area, but it's pretty cool. Then over here I have an old Otis indicator. It's hard to see the numbers. Oh, there we go. And say zoom in, or just put the camera close. You can kind of see them a little better. This also came from eBay. But yeah. All right. So, and then over here, these last 2 buttons, I have GAL, another form of GAL VR, and then Adams Survivor. And then up here are my lanterns. Here we have this old Otis lantern, a old Schindler, or not Schindler, just an old Houghton lantern. And then we have, I believe this is Westinghouse. This came from a building in Evanston, and it has Westinghouse mounted by Otis. Here we have a normal Westinghouse lantern. This came out of the Civic Opera building in Chicago. This was given to me by some Suburban Elevator techs, and this thing is so cool. It's oh my god, it's awesome. And then here we have a Adams lantern, the same lantern, or the same type of lantern that's in my profile pic, courtesy of Justin. So thank you, Justin, for that. Here we have Ted, who is also vibing. This is an Otis annunciator for a manual elevator. Pretty cool. And then here we have two Houghton lanterns. We have intermediate and terminal. And they light up, as you can see, green and red. And then here we have two Dover traditional lanterns with the bells on them. And then here we have a Houghton dumbwaiter lantern. And this also has a bell. This is really cool. I love that bell. It sounds really nice. And of course now it doesn't want to stay up. There we go. And then a Houghton lantern. This was in a door jamb of a Houghton elevator. All right. Oh yeah, and then over here, I figured I'd show this. A big old bunch of Westinghouse buttons that came from what used to be a Westinghouse COP in Civic Opera building. So yeah, it's like a, yeah, pretty cool. All right, moving on over here. Here we have more stuff. So over here we have a EPCO SSL from Justin. Thank you, Justin. Here we have a fire service key switch, along with a bunch of little floor rails. And then here is a Dover traditional position indicator from Mid-Continental Plaza. And then here we have a Fujitech button. This is from 900 North Michigan in Chicago. Here we have a monitor button from eBay. This is monitor TR. You can see my stripy socks in the reflection. And then here we have a Dover call station. This is Dover Impulse, obviously, and this is from a freight elevator. Here we have Montgomery A-Series from eBay, and it lights up white. Here is Houghton triangle button. Very cool. And then here we have, I don't know the brand of this. This looks like Otis, but it's not. This was given to me by an elevator tech in New York. This didn't even come off an elevator. This was like in its packaging, but there was no like label. It was just like a little wrapper, almost like something like a mint would come in almost. Like, you know, just like a little clear wrapper almost. But I can't find any sort of like brand name or anything on it. It just says 24 volts on the back. But it's pretty interesting. It presses nicely and it works well. But yeah. And then I put it, and it was just the button. I actually put it in the plate of what used to be an Adams access key switch. All right, then moving on up here, we have another snow globe. And then here we have a Montgomery relay. These are officially known as Montgomery ice cube relays because they look like ice cubes. But yeah, here is something I 3D printed once a couple years ago. Just my name. Here we have a Schindler, or not Schindler Houghton, this is just Houghton, a Houghton position indicator. It's kind of beat up, it's like cracked a bit, but it still looks nice. Here we have Schindler MT. This is long bar MT. This came from 1333 Broadway, courtesy of BC Vators and VancityElevators. So thank you to both of them for this one. And here we have Westinghouse triangle button. This was given to me by Jared Chambers, aka PAelevators, and this was wired up and restored by Jason. So thank you to both of them here for this one. Here we have CJ Anderson HHR. It's a little finicky, but it does light up. Lights up orange, and I think it looks nice on this button. I do like it. I do like the orange color. This was originally incandescent, but the bulbs were pretty high voltage, so I just used a 5-volt LED. But yeah, the contacts are a little finicky, but I do like the orange LED. It does work out. And this was given to me by Andrew, so thank you, Andrew. here we have Dewhurst, US 92, I believe. But yeah, and then here is the shoe button, everyone's favorite. Oh, I just knocked the shelf. But yeah. And then here we have two forms of Otis Touch. This is the newer Touch with like the flat plate. This came out of Mid-Continental Plaza in Chicago. And then here we have older Touch with like the rounded plate. This one works. And this was wired up by Jason, so huge thank you to him. This one's, it's weird, like it works sometimes. Oh, now it doesn't work. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, this is really cool. Huge thank you to Jason for figuring out how to wire that up. Then a Dover Impulse lantern given to me also by Jason. And another snow globe. And here we have, this is actually the oldest part in my collection. This is a bell from 1902. So this is about 118 years old. This thing is ancient. Really cool. It doesn't have the thing in it, but let's see. Let's see, I'll ring it for you. There you go. Sorry, that's really shitty filming on my part, so I apologize. Then up here we have various labels. Here we have a Houghton elevator label, a Houghton machine, or this is a Houghton and Reliance generator label, a Houghton elevator machine label from a number 10 machine from 1964. Here we have a Houghton motor label, a Montgomery controller label from an SSC 6010, or yeah, it looks like 6010 controller, a Dover motor generator plate, a Westinghouse Type T DC generator, or Type SK, I mean. The motor is a Type T plate. A General Electric generator plate, a Houghton elevator plate, also from a number 10 machine. This is from a Westinghouse 208 machine. This is from the Hotel Allegro in Chicago. And a Westinghouse safety switch plate. And another snow globe. And this is a Schindler MT lantern, courtesy of, again, PAelevators and VancityElevators. Alright, and then over here is my Westinghouse CLP. This thing I also just got today. This is from the DeWitt Hotel. This came from the service elevator. It's like blank button here, then B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the alarm bell, and then the emergency stop switch. And then Westinghouse. And then here we have some key switches down here. But overall, this thing is really, really cool. I absolutely love this thing. And then over here, we have just my bin of spare stuff. We have like key switch stuff, contacts, buttons, wires, light bulbs and shit, and then bells. So I figure I'll show my bells. Here we have some Houghton bells. Of course, this one. There's that one. This one is a Fujitec bell. And then over here, there's a Dover bell, and it sounds just like the one I rang earlier. Here we have an Otis bell. And then here we have an old Otis Autotronic bell. This one's really cool. I absolutely love this one. High pitched. Here we have another old Otis bell. And then here we have everyone's favorite, a Westinghouse dinner bell. And then there's an Adams chime box and a Edwards buzzer. And then the back plate of a Spectral Alert Advance. And then let's see, what else? Oh yeah, and then just some random, that's the back of a indicator I will show in a second. And then, let's see, over here, oh yeah, up here. So over here we have a few elevator ads. Here's a Westinghouse elevator ad. You can pause if you want to read that, once it focuses. And then here we have an older Westinghouse elevator ad. Want to read that? Go ahead and pause. And then I'm going to try to step up here. Here's a awesome, this is really cool. I love this. This is like a Westinghouse Select-O-Matic ad. And then up here, we have a Schindler maintenance thing, an old inspection certificate, some floor brails. Oh god, I'm trying to like walk and film at the same time. A CTA map, and then here we have this awesome Westinghouse indicator from Justin. This is from the Doco garage. Here we have a Otis elevator or an Otis escalator like spreadsheet. This awesome, or 3 awesome Westinghouse motor plates, and then some in case of fire signs. Then oh yeah, and then an armor elevator ad. Then over here we have an Otis elevator ad. Pause if you want to read that. Another Otis ad. And then a Montgomery ad. And then here we have this random advertisement for a drop key. And then a ad for Vista Tower. And I believe that is just about everything. So, oh yeah, I gotta still show the Schindler PI. All right, I found a flashlight. Now, Jason has a similar indicator. I gave it to him. And he has his set so like he can control it and stuff. Unfortunately, I haven't done that with mine. I have mine set to a specific number. 69. Nice. So mine exclusively shows 69, and it's going up. So yeah, that is my Schindler PI. There we go. And yeah, I believe that is it. So yeah, that is my elevator parts collection. Thank you guys for watching. And and over here, these are all the other Westinghouse buttons I got. And I will be determining who gets them. They'll be going to friends of mine. But yeah, so that is my elevator parts collection. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, and thank you to everybody who has helped contribute to it. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and that'll be it.